What to do when you encounter a room with no doors, no windows, but with someone inside. Imagine checking into a hotel. You're walking down the hallway when something catches your eye, a doorless wall. Nothing unusual. Until you glance again, and see movement through the peephole. But there's no entrance. No windows. And yet, someone is inside. This isn't fiction. This room exists. And tonight, we're diving deep into the strange science and forgotten history of the room, with no way in. The Montclair Grand Hotel opened its doors in 1923. Located in upstate New York, it was designed with Art Deco luxury, marble staircases, and grand chandeliers. Over the years, it hosted presidents, actors, and the rich elite. But its fame isn't just due to its guests, it's because of Room 903. Room 903 doesn't appear on any map. There's no record of it in the current hotel directory. No door in the hallway. But several staff members, over decades, have reported seeing light under the wall where Room 903 should be. Maintenance teams reported hearing faint humming, sometimes whispers. In 1997, during routine renovations, a construction worker accidentally discovered it. Behind a false wall, a fully furnished hotel room. Bed made. Lights working. Still warm food on the table, though no one could explain how it got there. But here's the terrifying part, the room had no door, no passage, no window. It was sealed on all sides. The psychology of hidden rooms. What causes a room to be built with no access? Historically, there are reasons. In ancient castles, panic rooms or false chambers were hidden to protect royals from assassins. Some 19th-century hotels built sealed rooms to hide illegal activities, like gambling or smuggling. Others were forgotten due to poor architectural planning or when buildings were renovated floor by floor. But this case was different. It was intact. As if someone had lived there recently. Scientists and psychologists were called in to investigate. Dr. Evelyn Krantz, a cognitive scientist at Columbia University, proposed a theory: the room might have been hidden intentionally, not to trap someone in, but to keep someone out. The person inside didn't need a door, because they never left. Surveillance and the impossible footage. In 2004, a new manager reopened the investigation. Surveillance cameras were installed in the hallway where Room 903 would be. They wanted to disprove the legend once and for all. But the footage showed something else. At 3:17 a.m., for 5 consecutive nights, a figure appeared behind the peephole location, a flash of movement, the silhouette of a man. But there was no wall opening, no door creaked. Thermal imaging revealed body heat behind the wall, but the heat signature never moved more than 3 feet. The 6th night, nothing. The heat vanished. When they opened the false wall again, the room was cold, abandoned. But this time, a note was left on the bed. It read: "I was here. I chose to stay. Do not return. No fingerprints. No dust disturbed." But something else was found. A small hatch, hidden behind the dresser. It led to a forgotten maintenance shaft, and a spiral stairwell sealed off in 1954. Engineering experts from NYU studied the building's blueprints. The shaft, they concluded, was originally an old dumbwaiter system, used to deliver food between floors. When the shaft was decommissioned, someone repurposed it as a hidden entrance. But here's the catch: the interior stairwell wasn't large enough for a person to fit. Unless the occupant was unusually small, or perhaps, never used the stairwell to begin with. They also discovered something bizarre: electromagnetic fluctuations in the room. The wiring formed a loop around the entire suite, creating a low-level electromagnetic field. Scientists suspect prolonged exposure could lead to hallucinations, paranoia, and altered perception of time. Could the person inside have lost their sense of reality? Or worse, was the room designed to do just that? A man who never left. Further digging revealed a chilling name. Dr. Adrian Hirsch, a neuropsychologist from the 1950s, had once stayed at the Montclair Grand. He had a radical theory, that isolation, when paired with EM fields and controlled sound, could unlock the mind's latent potential. His last paper, never published, was titled "The Room Without Doors: Cognitive Expansion Through Voluntary Confinement." Colleagues dismissed him as a recluse. In 1954, he disappeared without a trace. His wife claimed he had locked himself in a private lab. No one believed her. Until they found his monogrammed glasses inside room 903. The prescription matched. DNA from hair in the room was a partial match to his living relatives. But that was impossible, he vanished over 50 years ago. And the room? Perfectly preserved, as if frozen in time. The science we still can't explain. Experts now believe room 903 was part of an unregulated human experiment. Dr. Hirsch may have built it himself, using knowledge of the hotel's blueprints. The EM field, soundproofing, and complete isolation were designed to push the limits of human cognition. But instead of enlightenment, he may have descended into madness. Or, into a state of consciousness we still don't understand. Modern neuroscience acknowledges the brain can change in isolation. Experiments with sensory deprivation tanks have shown that the brain starts inventing stimuli. People hear voices, feel presence, even develop alternate timelines in their minds. Could Dr. Hirsch have transcended reality, believing he was still inside long after he physically left? Or never left at all? The room today. Today, room 903 is sealed once more. The hotel refuses to acknowledge its existence. But whispers remain. Some say at night, you can still hear humming through the walls. Some say the hallway feels colder near where the room once stood. And others claim, they've seen someone watching them through the wall. Not a ghost. A man. Still alive. Still waiting. So what was room 903 really? A scientific experiment gone wrong? A man's descent into madness? Or a glimpse into what the mind becomes when it's left truly alone? Whatever the truth is, one thing is certain. Some rooms are sealed not to keep us out, but to keep something in.